Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Here we are back at the Swan and Mitre for our next quest from Gaunt's Lieutenants.
The graveyard shift again for me.
So to recap,
Sick of it.
we've done the prison break and we've done the arms race. So now it's time to talk to Chill Winston and get his quest.
Alright, gents, so tell me, what does the Syndicate have in abundance that we don't?
Webtos,
Herpes.
literally everything.
No. I mean, yeah, probably. But I'm thinking of one thing in particular. Supplies. While we're choking down squirrel stew and using rock gut whiskey to treat anything from the flu to a bullet in the head, the IODS has enough food and medicine to supply both them and the whole of Westminster. I feel it's high time we alleviate them of some of that excess and put ourselves in a position to succeed. After all, health is wealth.
So what are you suggesting we do about it? And if you say a train robbery again, I swear to God.
Well, now, just hear me out. There's a train that makes up a third of the Syndicate supply line, and...
Oh, for fuck's sake, Winston. You've been reading your bloody spy comic books again. You're not 006 or whatever. Give it a rest.
well, it's 005 actually, and what I read in my spare time has nothing to do with this. I really don't see what your issue is anyway. They have supplies, they transport them via train, we rob the train, it's simple.
It's not bloody simple. It's never bloody simple. There are far too many variables at play in a job like that. We broke even by the skin of our bollocks on the supply run to the lab, and you want to up the ante? Not a chance. Out of the question.
That's just it though, innit? You're looking at the ones and zeros of the returns from the lab. But the real intangible score of that job run is staring us right in the bloody face.
What are you on about? What, the Wayfarer? Not a bad point. Alright, fine. Here's what we'll do. Let's send the Wayfarer to strap on a tux and play international spy. And if they don't come back, we're only back to net zero on that lab run. Happy?
Seems like the more people we send, the better chance of success we'd have. But, yeah, sure, I'll take what I can get.
Good. You should be thanking me for even agreeing to that. The stakes of a job like this are still sky high, seeing as if the Wayfarer fucks this up, the heat comes down on our heads like a redcoat's deli belly. You hear that, Wayfarer? If you muck this up and get yourself killed, I'll find you in the afterlife and shit down your throat for the rest of eternity.
Excellent. So the train passes through Poplar Station. That's where you'll be heading first. The station is a Syndicate outpost, so you'll most likely have to put down some dogs to get to the control room. Once you're there, all you have to do is switch the train's route to Canning Town Station. Hop aboard, and Bob's your uncle, you're done. We'll be waiting in Canning Town to unload the supplies. Easy peasy.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be just that simple. What could go wrong? It's only the Syndicate's most important and highly guarded assets we're talking about. So in case it's not the sunny stroll in the park that Winston is presenting it as, take these explosives. If we can't have those supplies, nobody can. Get me? If things start going south, blow that train to Kingdom Come. Even if we come away empty-handed, at least we'll muck up the Syndicate's main supply lines.
But securing those supplies is still the main objective, so don't go blowing them up for the hell of it. Any questions? The fat cats of the gentry struck a bit of a deal with the mangy butts of the Isle a while back. In exchange for guns, slave labour, tickets, and a promise not to kick down their doors in the middle of the night, the Syndicate supplies Her Majesty and the distinguished royal court with food, medicine, and other essentials. But it's no secret that there's very little love lost between the lot. All it might take to get the gentry to double back on their little deal is a slight rock of the old boat, if you catch my drift. Something like a dashing rogue agent with a license to kill, intercepting their supply run, for instance. I don't know for sure, but there's a scene in Radfinger where 005 boards a moving train to neutralise an A-bomb somewhere in the Swiss Alps. If that's even loosely based on reality, then I'd expect heavily armed goons everywhere. Maybe some bookish scientists in lab coats. and I wouldn't count on the possibility of a few trained martial artists either. They'll attack you on sight, so your best bet is to go in stealth and kill them one by one, preferably with a silenced pistol. Medicine, wool, other finished goods and the like. But most importantly, anything you've been craving while licking the lid of a tin of dog food, they've got it in that train. Bangers and mash, eggs and rashers, proper baked beans, fish and chips, steaks as thick as a phone book. They've got it all. You pull this job off, and we'll quite literally be eating like royalty. Good luck, mate. The lads will see you in Canning Town. Quick, take this before Gaunt sees.
All right, and we get this fantastic spy pistol, which we will upgrade shortly. Let's go ahead and take that.
Christ. This is such a mistake.
And this starts the train job. And so I hinted at the end of the last episode that when I leveled up, I was going to do something about this chem addiction. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and level up now, and I'm going to improve our lockpicking skills, and you'll soon find out why. So let's go ahead and do that and level up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this lockpick 2.
Mickey swipes my drink again. I swear I'll swipe it.
Now, off camera, I'm going to go back to our hideout. I'm going to do a sit and spin and scrap all of our stuff and grab some super important components such as adhesive, aluminum, gears, oil, screw, steel, springs, and some nuclear material and some antiseptic. I'm also going to stop by both Do-It-Yourself and Nadia and buy as much adhesive and shotgun shells and .303 ammo as they have, and we'll come back here to the Swan and Miter. So I'll be doing all that off camera to save you some time, and we'll meet back here in just a moment. And okay, to recap, I went back to the hideout to scrap all our junk for vital components, fast traveled to DIY to buy all the adhesive and critical ammo, as well as doing the same thing from Nadia, fast traveled back to the hideout, and slept until early the next morning. So we're starting off with our well-rested bonus. I've also currently carrying all of our adhesive, 15 aluminum, 5 gears, 5 oil, 15 screws, 25 steel, 5 springs, 5 nuclear material, and 5 antiseptic. Now, before we go back to the Swan and Miter, I wanted to point out there's this interesting place to explore right behind the Swan and Miter, and it's this parking garage. And I would recommend you thoroughly explore it. Which is what I'm going to do on camera so that you know that I have. Here's another way in and out. So here on the first floor, you see this candles and this skeleton. Perhaps blew his brains out, and right below him is a cute Cthulhu. So don't miss that. Here on the first floor. Like I said, he's lit by these candles. So moving around all of this, again, double check, make sure nothing is over here. And there's not. I believe that's all that's really here for on the first floor. But again, I just wanted to show y'all that I've thoroughly explored it. You can move up to the second floor of the parking garage. That's the way up to the third, but again, let's be thorough. Here's this safe that was in the process of being cracked. Take all these silver knives. And nothing in here. But we do see what appears to be a structure. Now we'll go up to the third floor. Ammo box, don't mix that. Remember, here's a scooter and some barricades And then we have what appears to be another structure. Or pass on the toolbox. And we find this door. So kind of recap where we're at. Remember the sandbags, this light, and this door. And because we've spent that extra point in lockpicking, we can now go on in and get some goodies. So we have a chemistry station here, and we have a ton of dog food. A traffic warden uniform, and in the trunk some more goodies, including these rifles. Have a bed and a cook station. So a nice kind of little area here set up along with a flag. So I guess we'll call this the traffic warden's lair. We have all of these, however, cook station and chemistry station in the Swan and Mitre. So that's the big find here. And this is pretty much the top floor. So we'll go on out and go back to the Swan and Mitre and do a little bit of crafting. So we can go behind the bar. Make sure. And smoke a cigarette, and then we'll do a little bit of cooking here. And then before our cigarette runs out, let's see if we can't make it downstairs. So we can now craft here. So let's go ahead and first of all get our spy pistol, and we can upgrade to a hardened receiver. with an extended barrel. You can do a comfort grip. A large magazine. Already has a suppressor, and we can put glow sights on. So there we fully upgraded our spy pistol. Now we also have this right here with a combat scope, marksman scope, long barrel, but one of the things we picked up was a suppressed crude rifle. So let's take the suppressor off of that. Won't cost us anything. And instead of the muzzle brake, let's go ahead and attach the suppressor mod. So now we have this 303, the large barrel, long barrel, a marksman's scope, a marksman's stock, combat scope, and a suppressor. So this is going to be our go-to sniper rifle. So that being said, let's go ahead and refavorite these weapons. So instead of our 9mm that was doing 21, we now have the spy pistol that's doing 26. So I'm actually going to put that in the number 2 spot. Let's put our hardened double barrel shotgun in the number 3 spot. And let's see, our marksman's service rifle in the number 4 spot, and then our new scoped or suppressed crude gun that does 50 damage. Let's put it in the 5th spot. There we go. Now the great thing here is that we can also transfer to these workbenches now, and they'll hold things for us. They won't disappear. So we no longer need to be carrying this. Oh, by the way, if you'll notice that this crude converted sniper rifle, it's converted to shotgun shells. It does 50 damage, but I really like the shells for the shotgun, so I'm not going to use that. And there's no sense carrying around this uniform or this hat. Or all this dog food that we just picked up. This Murloc egg, it weighs a whole pound. I'm going to go ahead and let that go. Oh, this Weetabix gives it only weighs half a pound and gives us 30, so that's an excellent aid item. And then let's store all our junk. All right, we're down to a respectable 193. Oh, mods, and let's store these mods. I keep forgetting that they also weigh.
More bodies getting shite done, never anything?
And if we go through here, remember we have the chem station. To compensate for us not taking chem resistant. All right. So all that being said, will be time for us to
Just a bit more territory up north, we might have a strategic advantage.
head up to the access bunker that we discovered while we were doing the previous mission around the Cineworld Cinema. And here we are right outside the access bunker. If you remember this area, there's the Cinema World where we went. So let's go on in the access bunker. You have this call activate button. And what it does is this is a little tram that will go back and forth. I do not recommend using the tram, and I'll show you why in just a minute. If you do, you might get shot at by these gun turrets. There we go. Now this is kind of a one-shot, one-kill weapon, as you can see. There we go. We get those goodies. And again, I'm going to recommend you just walk down here instead of riding the trolley. Don't miss this nuclear material. Good stuff there. Get some adhesive. Pulse mine. Now you hear that Robo Margit on the other side? That's going to cause a significant problem for us. So this is definitely the time to put in a quick save. And we're going to go ahead, and we have been using Molotovs. Yes, we have these frag mines loaded. That's good. We're going to need these frag mines. I'll show you why in just a minute. But I am going to put down a hard save. Because just on the other side of this door is that robot. Let's go into crouch mode. You hit this button, and it starts to open this door, or it should. Now be careful, you do not want to get hung up right there. You want to be able to retreat back here if we get the robot. Now what we're going to want to do is throw a mine down in that doorway and get out without getting hit by the blast, because as soon as we get through there, she's going to come charging. That's good.
In search of the unidentified intruder. The fugitive's whereabouts have been
Now, if you go back here, she won't
initiating the apprehension
chase you.
operation.
So that was good. If you're really lucky,
I will persistently conduct my search for the fugitive. I shall find you.
if you're really lucky, the mine will take out her legs and she'll just be crawling. That's a good one.
Delete. Delete. Violence will not be tolerated.
So doing good. That's 2 down, 2 mines down. Hopefully the mines have taken her legs out and she's crawling around. Let's see if we can't get one more mine in this doorway. Come on. There we go. Let's get out of the blast zone. Let's see if we can't lure her back through one more time. There she is, crawling around in there. I see her. Oh, she's being attacked by rats in there. You can see her through the glass. There, oh, there she is. Darn it, they got us after all.
Please take cover until the danger has been eliminated.
Come on.
Calculating chance of success, 20%.
As we can see, there's also now activated a turret up there. Let's go ahead and do a little healing real quick. A couple of these half-pound fox steaks should do us good.
Do not be alarmed. Law and order will be restored shortly.
There she goes. I'm going to do a little quick save there. Now that we've gone through that little cat and mouse. We get some goodies from her. Now, a lot of times she'll have taken out the rats and such that are back over there. Then we have this terminal. Don't know what that rat was doing with the brush, but so if we go to the terminal, it's blood splatter terminal. And you can read all of this, but all we're really interested in is this emergency stop override. So now that we've stopped the train, we can either redirect it or destroy it. Need a ladle. Here's the rats that she took out for us. Oh, crap. Forgot about that turret. Sorry, folks. And we see the value of our new spy gun. Well, we'd like the components, please. There we go. We see we have this train station here. With these inaccessible. Now that one will work, but to save you the ticket, I've been back over there and there's nothing there. It's just a waste of a ticket, so save your tickets. Now, as I recall, I thought there was something over here in this corner. I guess perhaps not. Didn't have anything in my notes, but so then we have these two here. I'm going to go ahead and turn off our torch, go crouch, and let's open the lift.
Going down.
I'm going to also quickly heal. Maybe one more of those Raud shrews. Although they don't weigh much, and I should probably save them.
Going up.
Oh, and they are right there, which is not normally. Usually they are on the other side. So we have a pup and a grunt. Let's take out the grunt first.
Oi, give me.
We need to get the hell.
There we go. We'll get some Yorkshire pudding from him.
Pull out. I'll knock you.
Give me any crap. Get some goodies from him. Usually they are on the other side up there. That's odd that they spawned here. Yeah, see one last guy running around up there. Let's see, wait for him to calm down a little bit. Which is good because actually they can't come across that barrier. So what you would normally want to do is creep up here and shoot them from this side of the barrier.
Where's that sneaky prick got to?
I'm right here. Come back, run by. Oh no, I'm stuck in the corner, damn it. Run back. Reload.
No.
There we
not
go.
here.
So some less than ideal combat skill on my part. But we get some good stuff from this pup. So anyways, there's the 3 pups there. And then we have the train. Nothing here behind this barricade. Disarm that for a little bit of XP. That just takes us down to the other side, but it's always a lot easier to come up this side. All right, finally the lockers pay off, and don't forget these sacks. That's good. We'll get some rad stag meat for some extra carry weight. Fantastic. Then before we follow our quest marker, let's thoroughly loot. Nothing in there. Get some explosives, which is fantastic. Then we have an empty rifle box. Oh, super screwed because I have gotten really good loot out of this rifle box in the past. Here's some more mines to make up for what we've used. Let's see if we can. Oh. Can we get it to? There is another mine in there. Darn it. And I don't know why it's not letting me. Hang on. There we go. Yes, really getting ripped off here on the train. Some liquor to sell. Then there is this. So that's, oh, almost missed that ammo box. And it won't let us open this door to the other side of the station. Just in case you're curious. It would be fun to get over there and explore, but nope, not a chance. Can't open that door. And here we have the controls. We'll be redirecting the train. And here we are. And magically, you will find that the train has regenerated.
More bodies getting shot done never hurt anything.
There we go. Now, get a little bit better. Oh, I don't know if those are worth the carry weight. It's just hooligan armor or / raider armor. All this booze is regenerated. But now we also, over here, get that biometric scanner. That might be the only good scrap that's over here on this side of the train, as I recall. But I'm going to double check. Oh, there was an empty chem cooler for us this time. Hopefully you have better luck.
My mother wanted me to be
And
a
we see
farmer.
that the vagabonds
I
are
get
here
my
waiting
hands
for us
dirty
on
in
this
other
side.
ways.
Well done, mate. We'll take it from here. Head back to the Swan. Winston and Gorm want to have a chat.
All right, but before we do,
The graveyard shift again for me. Sick of it.
we see that they've taken out several syndicate folks here that are ours to loot. Ooh, adjustable wrench, good for gear. And we have an ammunition crafting workbench. Had we brought enough stuff, we could have made stuff, but that's okay.
With us in charge, things will be nicer. For us, of course, but for Blighty too.
So again, we have both of these that take us to the same place, so it doesn't matter which one you pick. And we see more handiwork from our cohorts. Probably getting close on carry weight, so I'm going to leave those. This is where we just came in. It doesn't matter which one you take. Now, it's telling us to go through there, but before we do, there is some more for us to loot, and you know me. I want to get everything I can. So if we go back through here, button isn't functioning, so we can't get into those goodies. And we get empty ammo boxes. Get ripped off there. And then back around the corner up here, we have some stairs up. It leads us to some more looting opportunities. Oh, we're already carrying too much. I was worried about that. So how about it's time for a little bit of Radstag. All right. Oh, and then over around this corner. Nothing there, so it's back downstairs. And before we go through here, I'm going to go ahead and put in a save. There's going to be 2 pups and a syndicate mercenary on the other side of this. And I have occasionally run into a rad storm. So, one, I'm going to go ahead and put in a quick save. And 2, I'm going to go ahead and see, we've got tons of hero. I think I still have that. Yes, I still have that favorited. I do have some hypo. So let's go ahead and get the hypo going. And go out. And automatically, there's the mercenary. Let's see if I can. There's the other one. And then one more. Probably should have done some Rad-X. But anyways, at this point, we should be able to. I know I missed one. But we're taking a lot of rads here. Okay, we should be able to fast travel back to the Swan and Miter now. Albeit with more rads than we're used to. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get rid of these rads before we turn in this quest. That seems to be fairly common to have that radiation storm when you come out of the building there. And we should have, I want to double check. We should have, yes, Canning Town. You also get a location bonus when you pop out there. But you might want to take some Rad-X before you exit that door. Let's find the old Radaway. And we'll turn in this last of the lieutenant's quests.
My mother wanted me to be a father.
Look where you're going.
Oh, come on, Gaunt. I hope this doesn't create an issue with him standing behind
you
us.
beautiful bastard. You did it. Look at this score. I knew you'd come through. Gort may have doubted you, but I knew. I could tell you were the type of shit-kicking outlaw that could roll into town and take control of the situation. How was it? Did you throw anyone off the train? God, I wish I could have been there.
If we had a little better charisma, we could have done the James Bond name's fair. Name's fairer, way fairer.
Well, sorry if I misled you, mate. Jobs like these are never quite as cut and dry as you'd hope. But that's why you got to be good at improvising, which clearly you are. Anyway, thanks a million for pulling this off. You have no idea how helpful these supplies will be. I'll be able to start up a makeshift hospital for our injured, assign someone to be a full-time chef, get people repairing clothing. This stuff's a complete game changer.
Yeah, well done, mate. No doubt these supplies will help us out for the time being. However, you didn't disrupt the supply line between the Dogs and Westminster like I asked. Another train full of supplies will leave Poplar Station tomorrow like nothing ever happened.
If disrupting the supply line was that important to you, why didn't you just come right out and say so from the beginning? What are you not telling us?
When I need you to know something, you'll know it. Until then, don't even think about questioning me or my motives. Besides, you should be thanking me. You got your shipment of toys to play with because I gave the bloody order. Seems to me like you've got a lot of work to do. Better get to it.
Yeah, well, fair play, I suppose. There's a lot to do, and the sooner I get to it, the better off we'll be to execute whatever cryptic plan you're running. Thanks again, Wayfarer. Here, take this for your trouble. Patch yourself up.
Alright, we get some stim packs. We get some XP. Not quite enough. So that ends it for the train job and all three of... There we go. Now we've leveled up. And with that, I thank you for following along. Like I said, that completes all three of Luke Winnick's quests. That gives us another level up. Gaunt says come back and talk to him later. We'll have another quest in the next episode. But as always, I do appreciate all that you do as viewers. I'm pretty sure all of you that are following along have already subscribed to the channel, but please help get the word out. You do so much when you give a like to this video or you leave a comment. That really jogs the algorithm and shows engagement in my videos. But if you know anybody that's even remotely interested in gaming, please let them know about my site. Or you can even follow me at Facebook, where I make regular announcements as these episodes are released. And that's Dave Been Back Gaming on Facebook, just like it is on YouTube. So thanks again, and we will pick up with a new mission while we leave Gaunt for a few days, and we will go see if we can't find what's going on with the Thames folk.